lined up for you. I'm your host, Kim Jacobs, better known as the Balance Doctor. And all of our guests that come on, they're either people that have overcome some tremendous odds in their own lives as they balance this thing called life, or they're experts and they're here to share tips and strategies that will help you better balance and manage your life. Grab your virtual seats and let's get ready for some real relevant and relatable content on today's episode of The Kim Jacobs Show. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of The Kim Jacobs Show. How are you, Coach Ken Canion over there?
Amazing.
Well, I'm amazing.
Fantastic. I'm over here just getting excited about us talking, Kim, because I always know that when I'm on your show, Kim, I can shock you, like shock value, because you just you don't be expecting that to come out.
You always got me over here like, oh, okay, what is happening to me?
I ain't gonna get you canceled though.
No. You have some great advice for people, and it's raw and it's relevant and it's it's open, and people get a chance to walk away with some tangible tips that they can apply to their lives. So listen, as you all are grabbing your virtual seats, and I see relationships are clearly important to y'all because y'all are coming in quickly. So that's great. Grab your virtual seats and make sure you share the broadcast. Tag some of your friends. Don't deprive people of the opportunity.
Yeah.
Make sure you go ahead and do that. But listen, we have Coach Ken Canion. He's our relationship expert that comes on and shares tips. Today, we're going to be talking about a wide smorgasbord of subjects regarding relationships. But I think it would be good, Coach Ken, to just start with, where do you want to start? Because I think it's most important that you just tell us kind of where you want to start. I have a whole bunch of thoughts. I
gotta start with what I'm doing now.
Talk about that, because there's some good stuff on the horizon. Go ahead.
Yes, because I am. Listen, so over the last 7 months, I realized something. I've read a lot of studies about why relationships fail, why they fail during the dating phase, why they fail. And I realized something. Some people say infidelity, some people say money, some people say this or that. But you know what I realized? What was in all of those, all of those studies and all of that, communication was in all of them at the top 3.
Yes.
And so I realized that most of us are poor communicators. Most of us are. 98.9% of us. And the way that I know that is I ask 2 questions. And everybody always think they're good communicators. Mm-hmm. I ask them 2 questions. And once they answer those 2 questions, they realize that they're not. You want to know what the 2 questions are? I know you be wanting to tease people.
Right. So what do you think the 2 questions are in the studio audience? That's what I want to know. We're not going to hear his yet. I'd love to hear what you think are the 2 most important questions when it comes to, am I an effective communicator or am I not an effective communicator? Put your thoughts.
Yeah. So, so the first question is have you ever wanted to say something to someone and you did not say it because you did not know the words to say? You didn't know how to say it.
That's right.
Okay. That's one. And most people say yes. Then the second question is this. Was there ever something you wanted to say to someone, but you didn't say it because you were worried about how they were going to feel about it or how they were going to react to it? And people say, yeah. Mm-hmm. And I said, then you're a poor communicator. And so what happens is people never think about it like that, because here's the reality. Lack of communication leads to miscommunication always. Always. And so when you choose not to communicate, you think it's better, but it's going to ultimately lead to miscommunication somewhere down the line. Okay. You know why? Because now I've got to figure out what Kim is thinking because Kim never shared it with me. I got to figure out why Kim got an attitude because she never shared it with me. I got to figure out why Kim comes down and blows up eventually. And I'm like, what happened? And
Right.
she's been feeling that way for a long time, but she ain't never said nothing. Well,
That's good, coach. That's good. So you didn't say it, but you had it in your heart to say the whole time
right.
and never conveyed it to the person. And nobody can read your mind. So at the end of the day, you're just festering and letting this thing build up. And, and the other person doesn't even know that it's happening or why it's
Yes.
happening.
And so what happens with that is
Mhm.
then you punish the other person because they don't know. Here's how you punish them. Oh, well, you ain't getting on tonight because you offended me, but I ain't tell you offended me, but you only getting on tonight. Or I ain't calling you back because you don't call me enough, but I ain't never told you that. So I'm just gonna go shoot. So what happens is then we go into punitive state of mind.
Mm-hmm.
Punitive state of mind says, I'm going to make you feel the way you make me feel because you don't know or you have not responded to my needs. And the fact that I haven't communicated them, that's
That's
your fault.
good.
That's your fault. See how that
So you recommend that people do communicate how they feel, even regardless of how the other person is going to receive it.
Yeah, because here's the problem. Here's the reality about communication. And I'm leading to you where I'm going. I'm
Okay.
doing a master class on communication, on communicating to get your needs met.
Hmm.
And so what I'm telling people is one of the things about communication is one of the biggest misnomers is that you are responsible for the other person's feelings.
That's good, Coach Ken.
You're not responsible.
Okay.
You're responsible for the communication.
Okay.
To communicate, as long as the communication is not, your intention is not to be offensive. You're communicating it in the proper way so they understand the message, so they don't misconstrue the message. That is your responsibility. What people think is, I'm supposed to make you feel good about what I'm about to tell you. Nope. And so I get it. You don't have to be offensive. Sometimes, no matter what you say to the person, could be because of their attachment style, it could be because of their trauma, they may be offended by it. But here's the thing. Once you learn how to effectively communicate with people,
Mhm.
the offense will not be as big as the respect they have for you for taking it, telling them, or communicating it.
Okay. So as long as you've done your part in being able to communicate something, this is not obviously. And do you even have to preface it with all of the, because when you have conversations, sometimes
No,
it's
you don't
like
have to preface it.
just
Yeah,
have the conversation and say, look,
but
this is something that I need to have happen in my relationship with a person.
that,
And
that that's because you don't know people. Most people don't know how to say it.
okay.
And so there are special ways that you say it. Like for instance, I'm gonna give y'all one today. Since we on here, I'm gonna teach y'all.
Teach us,
So
teach us. I mean, please, that's what we're here for. Go.
one of the things, like one of my clients came to me and said, you know what, my husband hurt my feelings. Most people say communication is important, but they don't know how to do it, so they won't take the time to learn.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, and I don't know, he hurt me, and so I'm mad, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I said, let me share with you how you could say it. Watch this.
Come on, Coach Ken.
So I said, here's what I want you to do. Go to your husband and say this. Honey, are you aware? Are you aware that when you said this about my hair, that it hurt my feelings? Are you aware of that? Okay. Notice what I just did. I didn't say you hurt my feelings. I said, are you aware of that? Step 2. I don't think it was your intention to hurt me. Notice, now, why would I use step 2? Why would I say I don't think it's your intention to hurt me? Because they said it, I got hurt, but I don't think you tried to hurt me. Now, and then you say step 3 is it hurt me because of this. Because it took me back to the time when my mom used to do that. It hurt me because it reminded me of something else. It hurt me because now you tell them why it hurt you.
Okay, so I'm typing what you're saying. Are you aware that, and I don't know why I'm typing without these glasses. You know I got my infamous red glasses
Put the
over here.
reds on. Let's go. Put the reds on.
Are you aware that you hurt my feelings? I don't think you intended to hurt my feelings.
And then the third was it hurt me. Here's why it hurt me.
It hurt me, and here's why. That's some good stuff. So you never really attack the person.
I never attacked them.
Right.
I never attacked the person, but yet I was able to communicate what I was feeling in an effective way.
Yes.
You see that?
Yes, I see it very well. I see a lot of comments coming in too. So I'm going to go to your comments because we're going to get some of this coaching while we have Coach Ken here, our relationship expert. So this is good. Are you aware that you hurt my feelings? Because people may not even have an awareness issue. So it's a self-awareness issue. They don't know what they don't know. And we don't know what we don't know. So it's better to get that clarity. I love this. Okay. Let's see. Natasha said, good morning, everyone. And maybe some of these questions coming in will go to here. Thank you, Coach Ken, for providing a brilliant example with practical steps.
Thank you, Natasha. I appreciate you.
Okay, let's see other comments. Learning how to communicate. Actually address that, Coach Ken. Learning. Is that something that you believe people can learn? Is it a learned behavior?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So communication is, now there are other factors involved with it. It might be your trauma, it might be your attachment style, it might be your conditioning, but you can still get over all of that once you work with somebody and they can say, okay, because what you have to do is probe deep and find out why you don't communicate. Right. Okay. And so I always tell people that communication is art and science. And what happens is, because a lot of people feel like, because, think about it like this. How many times, because I want to give you an example. Many of us were taught when we were young, a little girl should be seen, not heard. Right. And so what happens is you're being taught to suppress your communication.
That's correct.
And then what happens to the young man? If the young man wants to tell you something, and what do they tell him? No, suck it up. Suck it up. Don't be a little chump.
Don't.
Yes. All right, look. Don't. And what happens is the little boy has been conditioned not to share his emotions because it is a sign of weakness. Then now he grows up, he's not equipped to communicate. And so he meets someone like Kim Jacobs, wants to take her out, but he doesn't know how to communicate. And so Kim gets upset, like, you just don't want to communicate. A lot of women I coach say that. And I said, he doesn't know how. Many times he didn't know how. He's been conditioned not to. So that's why this thing is bigger. This thing is bigger, Kim, than just that.
It is much bigger, much bigger. So communication is important. I see all of these comments that's coming in. You see us saying, teach us, and that's a comment coming in as well. Lots of comments that are coming in. Keep your things flowing in. Somebody said, Lakeisha, she said, hey, I don't know how to communicate that well because I'm an introvert. How do I communicate being an introvert, but also being in a relationship?
Okay, so the way you communicate being an introvert, it's not that you have to say a lot of words. You just have to know how to use the words that you say in an effective manner. Now, did I say, are you aware that you hurt my feelings? I don't think it was your intention, but this is why I feel that. Is that a lot of words? No.
Not at all. You said 3 statements, none of which were directed directly to harm the person, but just about how you personally felt in the situation.
Yeah, and even an introvert can say things. So an introvert is a person who keeps communication inside. Yes. Well, first of all, we have to find out, number one, why that is. Okay, let's go a little bit deeper. The second thing is we got to say is it working for me? Is it working for you? Are you getting the results? Are you getting your needs met? If it's not working for you, that's when we begin. That is when we begin doing something different.
Yes.
That is when we begin doing something different. And so yes, you can communicate as an introvert.
Okay.
You can, but it's not about the words we use. It's about being effective with the words we use.
I love that. Okay. So any more questions that's coming in regarding communication, keep them flowing. We're going to do is right after this commercial break, we're just going to turn to some other things too that make a relationship effective. I keep hearing this thing about even a playlist. I consider it a playlist. It's the list of what your standards are and things that you want to be able to have when you're looking for a relationship. But in my opinion, I think it's more like if you give somebody your list, then they just know how to execute on what it is that you say you want. And that may be a a setup, or it might not be. I don't know. Let's talk about it when we come back after this break. Is that okay?
Sounds good to me.
All right, we'll be right back right after this break.
My father had 4 of his fingers amputated in a workplace accident. It was the first injured individual I represented, and I knew I had to win that case. When someone walks into my office and they've been injured, I know what they're going through. If you've been injured at work with Hunter and Enrich. We've got the experience, so let us help you.
All right, we are back talking with Coach Ken Canion, our relationship expert, and lots of information that'll be shared throughout this broadcast. So let's talk about the playlist for a little bit.
You know, one of the things that I teach people is I always say ditch the list.
I knew you were going to say that.
You know what I'm saying? Ditch the list. So you also know I'm going to go deeper on it. Because here's what happens. We create these lists. Now, there is something you should create, but it's not a list. And what it is we create these lists of things. Like we have this checklist. You got to make this amount of money. You got to be 6 feet tall, have a 6-pack, and make 6 figures. All right, we got this list. All right. And the only reason we have the list is because we believe that these things are going to be emotionally fulfilling. Right. And I have seen people who get all the things on their list and they still not happy. And they're like, the relationship is trash. And I say, because you developed the wrong list. Okay. And the wrong list is, I say, first off, before you write down what a person needs to have and all of that. All right. Because first off, what you need to do, because here's what happens. When I start coaching them, they show me the list. And they say, I want somebody who's financially stable. Yeah, making 6 figures. And I say, do you make 6 figures? Do you
like ask somebody for something that you don't even have? So why in the world to a certain expectation, and now you have to have this knight in shining armor come and produce everything for you when you're not whole in our own right? I agree with that.
You know what happens, Ken?
What
happens is we hold people to a higher standard than we hold ourselves to.
Always.
And so all of the things on this list, I said, do you possess everything that you desire on this list?
Well, let's talk about that for 1 second, Ken, because here's the thing, and I can only speak, so I guess I can represent some females, but there may be situations or circumstances for some women that are in precarious positions now based on their relationship and how it ended, or whatever the case may be, that put them to the position and circumstance that they find themselves in now, which is very different than who they may have been in their heyday or in their higher moments. So how do you deal with that? Because it's not like, oh, I should be this, but I'm not that right at that moment based on maybe a past relationship or something.
Okay. So it's not based on, and so here's the thing. It is not based on what you have. It is based on who you aspire to be. So think about it like this. If I meet somebody who is ambitious, I might be ambitious to be a millionaire. Now I might not be a millionaire, but the thing I need and desire is somebody who else is ambitious. Yeah. And I'm not saying we have to have a big house that's 3 million. No, because think about it like this. Relationships and human beings evolve. We're always evolving. So you cannot say, I got this kind of house today that I'll want that 7 years from now. Right. But you can say, I'm an ambitious person and I want that to be part of the traits that this person must have. Good. Regardless of what kind of house we have. We may be in a 2-bedroom shack, but we ain't gonna always be there because we're ambitious. That's what I'm talking about.
I love that answer. And everyone chime in as well, because I see you all are definitely active participants and I appreciate it. Just learning to communicate. Good morning. I see all of your comments. Let me go down here. What another wonderful broadcast. Dr. Lotus Rashay Ignites is on, and she has a broadcast called Lotus Rashay Ignite Show. What another wonderful broadcast with the Balance Doctor and Coach Ken. Definitely let's share the broadcast. I see you. And thank you so much for sharing. Faith. Okay, somebody's saying something. I have to monitor some of these comments. Okay. Oh, okay. Hello, beautiful sis. Paula said. Somebody said Faith, purple face crying. They're crying. Oh, I don't know what that means. Do you know?
I don't know what that means. Purple face cry.
I appreciate your honesty, is what the person is saying as well.
Okay. Well, good. Thank you.
And okay, a lot of comments. Let's see. We have to look. Let me just put this paragraph up for a second. We have to look within before we look outside of ourselves. This is coming from studio audience members and those that are listening on iHeartRadio and Spotify, all of these audio podcast device. That's what this comment is. We have to establish things in our own lives that we can gravitate the things that we truly desire. Thoughts, Coach Ken?
I agree.
Okay.
I agree wholeheartedly.
There's nothing wrong with wanting somebody who has excellent credit, has excellent living standards, and makes great money. But we have to ask ourselves for what we want at the same time as we're striving for the same thing. Okay.
Right. So you're right. There's nothing wrong with wanting somebody with excellent credit. You may not have excellent credit, but are you striving to have excellent credit? Mm-hmm. So do you see what I'm saying? It doesn't mean, because here's the thing about law of attraction and manifestation. We are magnet. We are reflectors.
Yes.
We reflect onto the world. We bring into our lives what we reflect into the world. Mm-hmm. That's why miserable people reflect that misery, and they bring miserable people into their lives.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And so, because it's all energy. We're all energy. If you look at the human specimen under a microscope, we're moving. Everything is energy. Everything is vibrating at a certain frequency. Our thoughts, our beliefs, all of that. And so I don't, at this point, if you want something, you don't attract in your life what you want. You attract who you are. Sure. So if you're a mean person, you're going to attract mean people around you.
Oh, yeah. That's why you can go to, this isn't even about boyfriend, girlfriend, or husband, wife stuff. You can just go to family events. And then it's like all of the people that are, you're like, whoa, everybody in that same circle sitting at the same table. Y'all are all angry and yelling and, you need to lose some more weight. Like, what? Look at you. It's just like, it just attracts certain things that bring out vile feelings. That happens even just in regular events.
No. I know. And you're right. And so that's why all of those people are in the same. I always tell people, you ever notice how, a lot of things, disagreements, fights, killings could be stopped because of this. You ever notice people road rage? Both people get into some energy. You get it. One person's got this angry energy. Well, the other person gets into that energy, and that energy leads them to a place where one person could have stayed out of that energy, and it would never have led them to that place.
Right.
That's the same thing with relationships. That's why I'm teaching people how to communicate, because you can stop. It takes two people to fight, one person to end it.
That's right. So road rage, for example, trust me, if it's anybody that say I was in a road rage incident, I definitely backed up and I let the person go. There is nothing about anything in that road that I need to be combative about.
Right. Me either. And so I don't get into that energy. I don't hang around people who are negative. I don't. I teach my clients, whatever you want, everything is on a vibrational frequency. Mm-hmm. Whatever you want is on a certain frequency. That's a new person, new mate. Now, I'm going to teach you the tips, strategies, techniques to get them and to keep them. But if your energy, you got to bring the energy. If your energy is negative, if your energy is combative, if your energy is aggressive, then that person, no matter what you do, if their energy is the same way, they're going to be attracted to it. But if not,
when people say energy and different things, because I obviously I believe in the Word of God, the Bible.
Word of God is energy, but it's spirit.
So the Bible for me says, how can two walk unless they agree, and they're walking in the similar direction. You can't just even get to an end result if you all aren't initially even on the same wavelength to be able to get to your final destination. So you have to have some commonality and some common ground to be able to get to that end result of two cleaving and becoming one and things like that. So I don't know from the wording perspective how it all works, but I just know that some kind of way of two become one.
Well, people get caught up in, like, I'm a believer in the Bible. And so what I had, the problem I'm having with a lot of people, I don't have the problem because they either believe it.
I'm like, don't be saying that beside me, because you like the problem I have. Like,
because people, when I say energy, they're like, who that's not God. Who? And I'm like, the Bible and science don't contradict each other. We think they do because we want them to. But I always tell people, you people can believe, we can call it energy, you can call it spirit. At the end of the day, it is one of those things that is causing people to repel other people.
Right.
That's simple. And so our thoughts, I see it every day. And
what ways do you see it?
I see it every day in the people I coach.
Oh, okay. So people that you're coaching, that they're on a whole different spectrum.
Yeah, they don't want to change. They want to stay in this negative space, this negative energy. They want to stay there. And what happens is, I said, you cannot have a happy, harmonious relationship right there. You can't. They want to be mad. They want to be bitter. They want to be resentful because they believe on some level that if I get out of this state, emotional state, then I said what they did was okay. That I believe that I'm also absolving them of that responsibility. No, you're not.
And everything you're saying is so true to everyday relationships, because exactly you have it mastered as a science almost, because that's exactly what people think. If I bow down, or if I say, hey, let's just carry on with the day like everything's okay, but it's really not for me, then I'm giving them the permission to act the way that they're acting, is what most people feel. And
that's what they think. But you don't even have to participate in it. Like I told them, I said, listen. So I told one of my clients, get this. He was mad because it was a he. He was mad because his wife didn't validate him. He said, I know I got to take care of my kids. I know I got to provide for my family. Mm-hmm. I know I got to protect. I do all of those things. But not once ever does she pat me on the back and say, hey, this is great. Right. Only thing she ever brings up is what I do wrong. So it's like, you don't tell me what I am, you tell me what I'm not. Okay. And then I said, have you ever communicated it to her?
That's good. And what was his answer?
He said, I'm just tired of, man. She should know. I said, she should know.
That's a key piece. Should she just know, or should she be communicating?
So if me and you dating, and if me and you are dating, Kim, and on Wednesday your trash is being pulled out on Wednesday, right? And you have never told me you want me to take your trash down on Wednesdays.
Then you would have no way of knowing that. You can take it out any day, but that doesn't mean the day that the trash is going to be picked up.
Should I already know?
No, under no circumstances, because you wouldn't know.
Because I wouldn't know.
But what about people that do communicate their needs? Like, this is what I need or I want in my relationship, and it still doesn't get implemented. What happens?
Well, there's a deeper thing. Let me find out why. There's a reason why.
There's always a reason.
There's always a reason.
Yeah.
See, what people think is, well, they didn't do it. Okay. Well, let me find out. Well, what are you doing? Tell me what the relationship is like. Tell me how are you communicating? Tell me where is there intimacy in the relationship. Now I find out why. Oh, there's the problem. Mm-hmm. See, what we see is the cancer.
Yes.
We don't see when it was formed. We don't see smoking the cigarettes formed. We don't know the chemical spill in Flint, Michigan. We don't know how many people got it because of that. Right. We just see the result of it. And so what I do as a coach is I go back and find out why. Mm-hmm. Where did this come from? And if we don't do that, a lot of these relationship coaches don't know how to do it. They don't have a clue. They don't know how to go deep and find out, oh, okay, mama said you weren't going to never be anything. Mama said a piece of a man was better than a whole man. And so now you have the philosophy that I'm going to share a man.
Talking about sharing a man. That right there is a good place to probably take a commercial break and then come back and hear more from Coach Ken, our relationship expert, right after this break, y'all. Sharing a man. Put your thoughts on that. Sharing a woman, because it's some men on here too.
Mhm.
Sharing your significant other. Put that your thoughts. We'll be right back.
I gotta go. That was a client right there.
Yeah, people are texting and saying, "How do we take your coaching classes?" All kind of people are asking questions too. So we definitely want to be able to.
And I'm gonna tell them how they can get in it.
Okay, that's real good. Okay, so talk to us. Sharing a man, sharing a woman. Talk to us.
What you want to know about that?
Okay, as far as how does that work from your perspective, from a coaching perspective? Do you were making a point right before the commercial break,
Right.
and you were saying that that's when it leads to sharing a person, sharing. Now you have to share your man and take
I said
back
because what I said was there are things that we've been conditioned to believe.
right?
To believe. So mama and big mama or auntie said, all men cheat. Baby, you just get you a piece of man better than an old man. And all of that stuff is conditioning our subconscious mind.
Yes.
And so when you come to me, but you really don't want to believe that, but it's in your subconscious programming.
Correct.
So think of your subconscious mind like a computer that has all of these filing systems.
Right.
All of these files, stuff, your experiences when you were young, your feelings, your emotions, your thoughts, all of the stuff is on this computer hard drive.
Right.
And so you have to recondition it if you believe. That's why people, no matter what, people have this thought and they keep saying, my willpower, I can't lose weight.
Right.
Because you believe something about that. It wasn't until I overrode that I lost 170 pounds. Me.
I know. I'm the biggest loser. That's
right. And then even after that, I had to recondition my program. I had to rewrite my program. And so many people, they're not willing to rewrite the program because it's work. It requires you to do something different.
Yes.
It requires you. And most of us don't know how to do it. So when I come along and most people won't invest in themselves, you know what I say? Well, keep doing what you're doing. How's it working? You're never going to attract someone. You can't solve a problem with the same level of thinking that created the problem.
I agree wholeheartedly. And just so everybody knows, Coach Ken was a part of a season with a Biggest Loser, and he's lost over 170 pounds. And you can talk more about that briefly if you like, but it was mental. What you tell us, what was that for you to go on that?
It was like, it's like I weighed 430 pounds, right? And I was on there in 2007, 2000. When I went on the show, a lot of people go on the show and they gain their weight back, right? Because they didn't change their mindset. They didn't rewrite the program. So they just got the weight off because we were on the show for 9 months. But for me, it was about rewriting the program because I knew the show was temporary. I knew I would go on my life, but now I rewrote how I viewed myself, how I viewed my relationship with food or what I do. And so now the program is different. My wife will tell you, I'll go places, I don't want to eat that. Not because I can't, because I can eat it.
Right, you can choose to eat whatever you want, but
I won't drink sweet tea ever. Because sweet tea helped me get up to 4:30. But my program is different. And you will never catch me. You will never catch me buying a soda or sweet tea ever.
So what do you drink as an alternate to that?
I'll drink vitamin water. I'll drink water. And then I might get like a Powerade or something like that. I mean,
Okay.
every now and then I get a Diet Mountain Dew when I want to stay up. But every now and then I won't get a sugary drink. I'll get the diet version of it. And that ain't good. But the only reason I do that is if I got to stay up, like I'm driving. And I'm like, I need caffeine. I'll do that. But coffee, I love coffee.
That's good. Okay, this is great advice too, outside of just relationships. But Coach Ken, you're saying that mental conditioning is where we are getting programmed as almost like a download from a computer into our subconscious, regardless of whether we think it's really resonating with us. Those teachings are shaping who we really are when it comes to dealing in relationships.
Yes.
Okay.
So true. So very true.
So how important do you think it is to like sharing goals and dreams and things like that, being able to go on like an adventure together with the person that you're in a relationship with? Any thoughts on that?
I love that. My wife and I do that all the time. So the other day, okay, so let me tell you what the deal is. I'm gonna just shift. So my wife knows like I care about people. Money has never been my biggest driver. God has blessed me. But money's never been my driver. I give money. But so recently, the other day, I was at the gym in the morning, my usual ritual, get up, pray on the way to the gym. I'm talking, and then I go to the gym, work out. It's my time.
Yeah.
So after I left the gym, I said, I took a minute. I didn't get home for another hour. My wife was like, because I got a routine. She said, where you been? I said, I went to dream.
Aww.
I said, I went to go dream. And so she said, where you go? I went to this lot that I'm going to buy.
Okay.
And I said, we're going to build our house on this. We live in our current house. And I told her, I said, this is the place that I'm going to build you a house on. Oh. And so do I believe we should dream? Me and her, I took her to the lot a long time ago. I said, I just want you to stand right here and tell me if you love it. How it feel when you stood on it? How did it feel? How did it feel? Did it feel like home? Did it feel peaceful to you? What did it feel like? And so I went over there by myself and I said, God, this I will have. Now, once I professed it and I made my intention known, it's time for me to go do the work.
That's right.
Most of us don't want to do the work. We want to just say, I want a great relationship, but we don't want to learn how to communicate. I want a great relationship. We don't want to learn how to do conflict resolution. I want a great relationship, but I don't know. I don't want to learn love languages or attachment styles.
That's some good stuff you're saying. And you're right. If you don't put the work in, even after you get the vision and it gets deposited into your spirit, like you say, you're going to do the dream building and you're there and you're claiming it and professing it and bring it into existence into your life. Everything that I've ever put not the Bentley yet. The Bentley's forthcoming.
It's coming.
Right? It's coming. So don't worry, it's coming. But things that I've put on my refrigerator and on my dream board, those things became a reality, like literally became a reality in my life. But I think that it was because I was seeing the vision and then I knew what to execute on. And that's the same with relationships. We have to see the vision in that relationship, right? Mm-hmm. And then know how to act.
And then you got to do the work, because a lot of people do vision boards, and I see that, but they don't want to do the work. Kim, you did the work. Kim, you do the ain't she pretty?
That right there, Karen, you see, you got them all tongue tied over there, right mid sentence. That's his wife.
Look, and so I got, and so it got my wife on it now. She done lost 50 pounds too, changing the mindset.
Yes, you look good.
And so what I'm saying is this though, Kim, we have to be willing to say, you know what? I can't see the outcome, but that's what faith is. Faith is, I don't know where I'm going, but I don't know how to get there. I know where I want to go.
Right.
But I don't know how to get there. But the faith is that God will direct my path. Yeah. Now check this out right here. You can turn on your lights at night and your lights will go 100 feet. It's just like a goal, right?
Right.
But you can't see into the dark. You know what you realize? If I go 100 feet, the next 100 feet will be revealed to me.
Every time.
and then another 100 feet. And ultimately I arrive at my destination 100 feet at a time.
I love it, which means baby steps and going and taking whatever necessary steps to keep moving in a forward direction, no matter what, because sometimes we only know in part things, and we have to get to the end of that piece of the part in order for us to now know what the next piece of that equation is for our lives. So I love everything that you're sharing here today, Coach Ken. I see quite a few comments, so people will be disturbed if I end without getting their comments in. Let's see here. And Coach Ken, while I'm looking some of these comments up, let people know how they can stay connected with you.
So if anybody is interested in this new class that I'm doing called Communicating to Get Your Needs Met,
that's good.
It's going to be a 5-day intense masterclass. It's going to be 12 hours of instruction, and you'll get one-on-one instruction. But here's the deal, I ain't taking everybody. You have to go through an interview process to be in my class from now on. And so, but if you're interested in it, I want you to go to Coach Ken Canion at Gmail. Send me Coach Ken Canion at Gmail. All right. Send me just an email that says, I want to be in the class. And I'd like to set up a free 30-minute session to talk about, is this class right for you? And then tell me what time zone you in. But tell me what you want, why you want to be. I know I'm getting to you, Tawanda. I'm going to set up your time today. I got an overwhelming amount of people because I'm not taking everybody. Because if they're not ready, I'm not doing it. I can't take them because they're not going to get the result that I want. Good. But if they're ready, and that's why I say I will forego money. I don't care about that.
That's good. So you all have to send an email to Coach Ken Canion at gmail.com and explain in detail why you should even be a part of this.
Just say why I want to take the class, and then tell me your time zone, and then what is your availability for the week? Because I'm getting it in, and class starts on December 4th. But it's going to be intense. Oh, let me tell you what I'm going to do, Kim. Well, I've started adopting this thing called hot seat coaching.
Okay.
So hot seat coaching works like this. It works like so I'm going to give you an issue, a problem. Mm-hmm. How would you communicate with this?
Okay. Remember, can you give us one prompt?
Okay, just like somebody hurt your feelings. I remember earlier today.
That's the prompt.
I said somebody hurt your feelings. How do you communicate and tell them? So you got to solve it on the spot, and then I'll give you. Then I'm gonna teach you like I showed y'all.
Okay. Because
most people don't say nothing, or you hurt my feelings, or or I don't want to talk to you. And so that's when hot seat coaching. Oh, I'm gonna trigger them too. Trigger them.
Because you're going to do stuff that scratches
yes,
and get you upset. You'd be like, I feel a little hot right now trying to talk about this stuff.
Okay. Right. Because that's in real life, that's the way it happens.
Yeah. That is the way it happens a lot. So, okay, let's go to your comments over here. Make sure you all email Coach Ken Canion at gmail.com. And Coach Ken, maybe you can help with this too. I want to make sure people know that this broadcast here on the Kim Jacobs Show, we come on Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I would love for you all to know how you can support the broadcast.
Let's support you. Hey, can I send me a little money right now? I'm up in the cash app right now.
Don't play.
I've done it before. You know that.
You have, and you've been very supportive. And
I'm about to do it now.
Let's see. Let me go ahead and let me tell you.
Give me a cash. Hold on. Give me where the cash app at.
The cash app is $ Kimjacobsinc. So everybody, let me play some music over here.
Kimjacobsinc. Hold on. Kimjacobsinc. Boom. Y'all need to give some money because this work. Hold on, no, you did. Hold on.
Take a moment.
Oh, there you go, right here, Kim Jacobs Inc. Boom.
Let God lead you and give from your.
All right, so I just sent you. I just donated to the show. All right, y'all need to donate to the show too.
Yeah, y'all make sure you donate. We appreciate it, and it gives us an opportunity to continue bringing balance to the world, one household at a time. And obviously, this level of balance does help in your household because you have better holidays, you have better events, road trips, better marriages. When you hear from people like Coach Ken Canion, our relationship expert. So, okay. That was a
Did it come through yet? Did it ring?
Oh yeah, I got to log in during the commercial break. I'll log in.
Oh, okay.
I'll do some shout outs.
Your joint just pop up. Okay.
If y'all are sending some contributions to the Kim Jacobs Show, I'll shout you out in a few seconds too. All right. So we're gonna take another commercial break, and when we come back, I'm gonna go to the studio audience, Coach Ken, and just chime in on some of their thoughts because they're
why people don't be wanting to come on and see their faces.
Oh, here, let me do that. I'll put the link here. If you all are interested in coming on to the behind the scenes and coming right into the broadcast, you can copy and paste this link and it'll bring you backstage. That way I'll pull you right up if you have a question for Coach Ken.
Yeah, get on and let's talk. Let's talk to me.
Huh?
I'm telling you, get on and talk. Let's talk.
Come on, y'all. Use the link, cut and paste. We'll be right back right after this commercial break. See who's backstage that may want to come on and ask your question. All right. We'll be right back.
Why learn about health when you can experience it? Experience it in beautiful Florida in February 2024. Join us for 3 days of integrative and intensive health and healing education and empowerment with the expertise of the following Healthopedia author, speaker, and facilitators. The world-renowned homeopath and acupuncture physician, Dr. James Marinakis, 4-decade health coach and holistic nutritionist, Dr. Joe D. Baer, and others such as Kimberly Meredith, Dame Doria Cordova, Rex Sykes, Dr. Gary Sanchez, Jamie Kerr, Serena Brown-Travis, and more. Experience daily morning walking and yoga, interactive participation, panel discussions, and more for your own epiphany of health. Get your tickets now.
All right, everyone, we're back and we're talking with Coach Ken Canion. And yes, I see your Cash Apps coming in. So thank you all so much. And I'm going to go to thank you, Coach Ken, for your contribution. Thank you, Dr. Joe D. Baer. Thank you, Cassandra. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you. I see you all, Marceline. Thank you all, Charlena. I see you all. Thank you. Thank you. So thank you all for contributing to the Kim Jacobs Show. And anyone else that wants to contribute, feel free, and appreciate you. Okay, let's go. Let's see. Natasha said, thank you so much, Coach Ken. Let's see. I'll send you an email on my why. That's going to be important. My time zone and my available schedule.
All right.
So she's going to be joining in on you. And Jesus knows. She said, Jesus knows. Tawanda said, Jesus knows. I'm ready. I did it last night, Coach. I did it already.
I know. I saw it.
Okay. So she's like,
it was 30 more of them. So I'm taking my personal time to make sure that I'm speaking with everybody.
That's good. You're gonna.
I got a team, but they can't do it. They can't speak to anybody but me. Good.
I love that. So you're getting personal one-on-one attention for this 5-day intensive training, and he's interviewing you, Coach Ken. Coach Ken Canion is interviewing you directly. I see hearts. I see beautiful couple regarding you and Karen. Natasha said that.
Hey, Sonia.
Everybody's on here. It's a lot of people here. Yes, congratulations. I see Coach Ken, LOL, and they said something about compatibility. NW said, congratulations, Coach Ken.
Thank you.
And then Dr. Lotus Rache, she said, harnessing your thoughts takes the reign of the controls of your life to win. You got to get this book because he is speaking right from some of the pages that I have written. Okay, thank you. We have to break those. Okay, let's see. We have to break those negative beliefs that our mothers, fathers, aunts, uncles, and ancestors have taught us to embrace. Because some of the beliefs that they've taught us have been a blessing to not just all breaking. You know, these concepts do not serve and perpetuate infidelity and subject subject us to feeling inferior, and therefore we accept anything as fact of matter that we are inferior, we are superior of being treated as though we are not significant. Okay, inferior probably. Go ahead. Any comments?
No, she's dead on. I like that.
Okay. So everything you're saying, thank you so much for chiming in at that level. Kim, what's the Cash App again?
Yeah, give her the Cash App, Kim.
Lord have mercy. Y'all, let me get
You know,
over
I'm gonna raise some money for you.
Okay, thank you so much, Coach.
Because you're consistent. You do this every day. I don't say how you do it every day. I mean, but you do every day, and you offer such a level of excellence that you know what I'm sowing into good ground.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And there you are, as $Kimjacobsinc. So what else, Coach, during this time frame would you like to share regarding making sure we, especially with the holidays coming up, what can we do?
I think the holidays for a lot of people are going to be difficult because maybe they lost loved ones, maybe they've lost the love, not actual to leaving us, but maybe they just lost the relationship. And it's going to be tough. And so that's why I created this community of people. Get in a community of people. And yo, if I let you into my, I'm creating a community of people, like-minded people, men and women. So if I let you in, you're gonna have a family. And that's what I wanted to create because, y'all, we don't need to be isolated. We're social beings. We don't need to be isolated.
That's good.
No, we just don't.
I'm really glad that you're offering this community at this particular time, because then hopefully it will help some relationships gel a little bit better, especially during the holiday. I think that's just important. You may not be watching this during the holiday season because I'm definitely going to replay it. So whatever season you're in your life, capturing this information is going to be helpful. How about when people are sharing their life lessons with each other, Coach Ken? Do you recommend that they share some of their past lessons, or keep it kind of from here on?
I think you need to share your lessons because your lessons help define who you are. So if I don't know why you do the thing you do that may get on my nerves, Ken, and you've never told me, you never talked about that. We know, but I think you share with people based on where the level of where the relationship is.
That's good.
You don't share everything with the person right off because they haven't earned that from you. They haven't earned that trust. But you share with them based on the progression of the relationship.
That I like how you're saying based on the progression, but then the only thing I'm trying to visualize is if people are sharing some of their deepest, darkest moments, not just darkest, but some of the fun moments in their lives, do you think that helps that particular couple become more compatible with each other because they're opening up?
Yeah, yes, absolutely. I think it's important to find out those moments. And, I teach that too in my class, when you should do it, how you should do it. That's why, the thing is, Kim, I'm going to just say this. I wanted to create this relationship academy. I have an academy now. And this class is the first class in it, the communication. And so I'm trying to create this community. It's been tough. Not tough getting people in it, organizing it how I want it.
Right.
But we're going to get it because I want to have a place where people can flourish, thrive, meet people. And it's beyond relationships because, a lot of what I talk about, it happens in the workplace, everyday life, communicating in the workplace, or your life changing. And so it's about personal development. So I want to create a place for everybody to be able to come.
That's good. I'm grateful that you're creating that safe space, because just like there are places for domestic violence survivors, there are people that have all kinds of mental health clubs and Alcoholic Anonymous and all kinds of different programs. I do think that relationship families are important to have too. So I'm grateful that God put that in your heart to oversee that initiative. And it's going to make a lot of change with quite a few relationships. So thank you, Coach Ken.
Yeah. My pleasure, Kim Jacobs, the Balance Doctor.
Thank you for your comments. Let's see. Elisa said, I love this show. LOL.
Thanks, Elisa. Kim is the best. She's amazing.
She
I'm
actually just graduated from my program. Just so you all know, we have a 6-week training, and the 6-week training is teaching you how to jumpstart your own virtual show from scratch. So if you are, I only take literally only take 5 students, and the next class is coming up next week, actually. So if you're interested in joining in on the final class for this year, then make sure you email me, Kim at thebalancedoctor.tv, or you can call 704-944-3534. No matter when you're watching this, definitely reach out and see what class is happening. But this class, as you get ready to go into the new year, definitely go ahead and let's get joined in. You split that time in the comfort of your home, which I love the opportunity because I know the confidence coach is watching. He said certain wording when you're doing sales and stuff like that. Right from the comfort of your own home, you get the opportunity to learn how to start a virtual show that's video ready, audio ready, and being able to stream into countries. So we stream into 100 countries, 350 million households, and I train you on how to do that. And you and your 5 total students get to share the amount that you don't have to burden yourself to have a hefty charge. Yay, I did that right. All
You
right.
did. You were amazing. You were just amazing. Yes.
I learned that from the
Now call,
confidence coach.
sign up with her.
I learned that from the confidence coach, Brian McNeil. All right. He was on the show recently.
I like Brian.
Yeah, Brian K. McNeil. If y'all haven't connected
Yes.
with him, he taught that sales strategy to
I like Brian.
All right. Any closing comments, Coach? Anything that you want to say that you didn't get a chance to say, Coach Ken, on today's episode? This has been wonderful again.
Email me if you know that you want to learn how to communicate to get your needs met. And you want the relationship to grow. So email me at CoachKenCanion@gmail and tell me, why I should let you in, and we'll set up a 30-minute consultation about the class. Now, and I ain't coaching on the class. I'm just talking about the class, and I'm talking about how your situation just could help you. If you want coaching, then you need to book a discovery session.
Yes. So the coaching is a whole different package.
Yeah, so that's a 90-minute deep dive is on coaching. This is 30 minutes to see if you and I are a good fit for this class.
Well,
right,
I would call that a diagnostic.
Yeah.
Call.
And then I'm gonna give you free access for 2 months into my relationship academy.
Yes. And how many people are you taking in this training, Coach?
My team just made me say more. I was going to take only 25, but they were like, let's take at least 30. So roughly in that range.
Well, you have, when you say your team, because I know we're talking about relationships here, but he has a very dynamic team of individuals that's working closely with him, not only on this project, but some things coming down the pike. Anything you want to talk about, some of your what's coming next for Coach Ken Canion?
Oh, the last thing I'm going to talk about. This is it real quick. I know we're going over. Kim, 7 months ago, I'm big on this communication thing now. So 7 months ago, I created, AI became big.
Right.
They let us in. And so I wanted to jump on it early. So here's what I did. I hired 2 developers, right? And I developed an AI software where I put my brain, my philosophy inside the AI. It's called Just Say It. Oh. And what I do is, if you want to learn how to say something to somebody, all you got to do is type in, here's what I want to say. I want to say he hurt my feelings, blah, 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 blah. And based on how Coach Ken would say it, it comes out on the other side. Oh. And if I let you into my master class, you get the AI software for free. I'm launching it on December 4th.
And just say it. Just say
it.
Wow, y'all, you have to go ahead and connect with Coach Ken, and you're going to be getting so many goodies in this whole project. I put his contact information up too, just because I want you to have that, where you can stay even connected with him on social media, which is at Ken Canion Relationship Coach, right?
No, just on social media, it's just at at Coach Ken.
Oh, let me change that. You know, I done had you on here for years.
Coach Ken Canion. Coach Ken Canion.
Okay, that's your new. That's you done upgraded.
Yeah, Coach Ken Canion is everything. I got it on all platforms: YouTube, Instagram, everywhere, TikTok, all of them.
Okay, let me put that back up because I want everybody to know how you can stay connected with Coach Ken.
Yeah.
So everywhere on all social media platforms at Coach Ken Canion, you're going to be connected with this relationship coach. What other final thoughts or words regarding anything that you know would keep relationships somewhat afloat during this time? Any thought?
I would just say every journey starts with one step. You got to be willing to take yours today.
Every journey starts with one step. Be willing to take yours today. Don't worry about the outcome of what the other person is thinking or feeling or saying, but just take your, so don't worry about trying to force anything on somebody else. Just be true to who you are.
If you change you, the world will follow.
Oh gosh, Coach Ken, can you at least admit one thing today? We agreed on so many points.
But we starting to agree a lot more.
I think that's huge because normally I'd be like, what? Wait a minute, what you talking about? And you like, Kim, just go with it. I'm like, no, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. But now I feel like there's some synergy there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm excited about it. Okay. I see your comments. You said that you love this show and everything. We're getting ready to close out, everybody, but I want to make sure you say, wow, congratulations, Coach. Coach Ken and Kim, wishing you both peaceful, rest of your day. Coach, your new software, we feel secure in your leadership.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Listen,
go.
That software, I got some big people approaching me about it already. But I want to get it out to the people.
Yeah, once you get it out, you can do stuff like Shark Tank, all kind of stuff. You don't know what's gonna happen. It's stuff
we don't know.
All right, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode with Coach Ken Canion, our relationship expert. Do we want him to come back? Somebody type in the comments. Do we want Coach Ken back on the Kim Jacobs Show? Can I get an amen? Can I get something? So I'll know if this man can book to come back again. You gonna come back, Coach Ken?
Kim, you know the answer to that.
I know. I just need to get officially on some kind of document.
I will come back. I will come back. Okay.
Yeah, I see some more. Tawana, thank you so much. I see your Cash App came into the Kim Jacobs Show. Thank you. And anybody else that wants to contribute, please make sure you do that. But most importantly, go get signed up for this 5-day intensive training. Email Coach Ken Canion at gmail.com and tell them what they need to do one more time.
Just email me at coachkencanion@gmail and just tell me you want to be in the class. You want the 30-minute consultation, and tell me what time zone you're in, what time zone in your availability for the week.
All right. So tell him the time zone, and he's going to book 30 minutes with him as the person that's.
And so we're going to get on a Zoom. We get on a Zoom. I got to look in your eyes.
Good. Very good. Okay. All right, everybody. That's today's episode. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And we will see you again next time right here on the Kim Jacobs Show as we bring balance to the world, one household at a time. Thank you, Coach Ken. Amazing.
Appreciate you, Kim, as always. I love you.
Love you too. Love you all in the studio audience. Love everybody around the world. Talk to you soon. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of the Kim Jacobs Show and for being in the virtual studio audience. Your presence truly does make a difference, and I look forward to